Jesus gave a loud cry and breathed his last. The veil of the sanctuary was torn in two from top to bottom. When a centurion who stood facing him saw how he breathed his last, he said,
"Truly, this man was the Son of God."
There were also women looking on from a distance. Among them were Mary Magdalene, Mary, the mother of the younger James and of Joseph, and of Salome. These women had followed him when he was in Galilee and ministered to him. There were also many other women who had come up with him to Jerusalem. When it was already evening, since it was the day of preparation, the day before the Sabbath, Joseph of Arimathea, a distinguished member of the council, who was himself awaiting the kingdom of God, came and courageously went to Pilate and asked for the body of Jesus. Pilate was amazed that he was already dead. He summoned the centurion and asked him if Jesus had already died. And when he learned of it from the centurion, he gave the body to Joseph. Having bought a linen cloth, he took him down, wrapped him in a linen cloth, and laid him in a tomb that had been hewn out of the rock. Then he rolled a stone against the entrance to the tomb. Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of Joseph, watched where he was laid. The Gospel of the Lord.
Why this? Why would Jesus and the Father and the Spirit determine that this was what was needed? We'll never know. But in God's infinite wisdom, He knew what needed to be done to redeem His creation. And why do we show a crucifix in our Catholic churches? Why not an empty cross? An empty cross is a wonderful symbol. But many people died upon a cross. The Romans used it often. And crosses were left empty often. And those two pieces of wood together did absolutely nothing. It's Jesus willingly putting himself on this cross that is our salvation. We don't display this because of his cruelty. We display it because this, my friends, is the greatest act of love that has ever occurred in human history. No other symbol of love competes with this. God himself placing himself upon a cross, allowing it to happen for our salvation. For each one of us as individuals and for the whole human race. We simply need to recognize it. This is what we're all about. This is why we are here And this is why we are about to begin the holiest week of our year. We start today with crowds welcoming him into Jerusalem. Great triumph. But within a matter of days, they turned, including one of his own. And it led to this. As we make our way through Holy Week, let us truly make it just that, a Holy Week. One where we put aside the things of the earth and focus solely on the things of heaven. Put away our day-to-day doings other than what must be done and spend the time in prayer, contemplating this. And hopefully by the end of the week, we'll realize that this was for us as an individual. He would have done this if we were the only single individual human being that has ever existed. He would have done this. And then a week from now, when we reach the great celebration of Easter and the resurrected Christ, we'll look back at this and know this is where it began, and the resurrection could not have happened without this. This is our faith. This is what we believe, and this is our salvation. I believe in one God, the Father Almighty, maker of heaven and earth,